we believe is part of a story we believe in. And when you look at these and examine these beliefs, you realize you have these choices. You can edit a past story or end the story completely. Why do you need a story? Tell me the law that says every human being has to have a history and a story. That's a construct that we've done in society. We've made history a class in school, a degree you can get. People post things about history online all the time. What does it matter? Who cares about some caveman? Who cares about Egyptian pyramids were built? Who cares? It doesn't have any meaning. We don't need history. We are only ever right here. Our job is to be this human being right here, just to take care of each other. And this collective story mind, the collective, is the world's story.
How do you, so just to play devil's advocate here and ask a different type of question, how, I don't mean it like that. I'm just saying, how do you distinguish between someone's story and maybe someone's truth?
Someone says something, your reaction comes from knowledge from yesterday. It instantly, in your mind, the deceiver, the ego, jumps up and says, that person said that, it means this. You've been attacked. They're trying to hurt you. And you respond back, maybe aggressively. That's your story. You're acting in your story. You're not being at attention, because if you were paying attention and rational, you'd go, Mary's having a real bad day. Well, she's lashing out. I don't need to take that. Nothing to do with me. Smile, nod your head, and walk away. And we could all do that. It's just we practiced every day of our life being in that story, in memory and imagination, where all the pain and all the problems stem. You don't have a problem in your life today. You may have a difficult situation, but that's just something for you to deal with or not. We make it a problem when the imagination or the memories say, I'm being hurt, or I'm upset, I'm angry. That doesn't exist unless you go there. No one has a problem. Just situations. And we have the power to deal with a situation. Problems are hell to deal with. Because this problem's been bad, this week's been so bad, I just need a drink. I just need 2 large pizzas. I just need some pornography, some sex, a new woman. I need some medication. That's how hard problems are. That's how hard memory and imagination is. Does it hurt me? That's the what if, to be able to what if your story. What if my memory isn't as clear as I think it is? What if I'm not sure? What if it isn't true? What if I didn't believe it? These are powerful things, just to question that story, because most people can't question their story. Who would I be without a story? It's my identity. One of the biggest growth industries in North America in the last decade has been storage locker, right? People are buying more room to put their crap.
That they don't use, that we don't use. You gotta store it.
Now understand, all that stuff they're storing is part of their story mind they can't keep in their head. It's memories. Oh, I'm keeping that because one day I might use it again. Oh, I can't throw this out. That's part of your story, part of your attachment, part of that externalitis, things that you think are you, that become you. You know, remember the fires in LA back in January? One evening, I'm watching the news from LA, and it was a woman reporter. Behind her is that burned out, bombed, war-torn looking neighborhood of just black soot. She's with 2 people. There's a woman about 30 on one side of her and a man about 70 on the other side. Turns out they're father and daughter, and they live 3 blocks apart. They both lost everything. The reporter's talking to the daughter. The daughter is in tears. She's sobbing, and she's saying, I've lost everything. My whole life was there. Everything I own, all my memories, my pictures. I've lost everything. She's sobbing. And out of the corner of her eye, you can see the reporter notices the man. And the man has a smirk on his face, almost a full smile. And the reporter sees this, and she's just stumped. And she turns and goes, you don't seem to be too upset. And he said, it's just stuff, externalitis. His daughter was fully attached to all her stuff. Her life was in it. Her image was in it. Here he was out of his story mind. Just gone, just stuff. That's just life. So what? Tomorrow it starts again. Nothing has happened to us that has changed us. We go through crap. We have events. We have things we deal with. But it didn't change me. None of the shit I went through changed me. I'm that same baby and dying mother in the end. All it changed was the story I believed. And we think that's us. So we say, wow, I changed my whole life. Wow, I rebuilt. Wow, I rewired my brain. We play the game that we are something we can change. We don't change. We are always the perfect person. Each of you is the most important person on the planet, bar none. No one comes close. Why would I say that? Because if you weren't here, would there be a planet? Not to you. So how could you not be the most important person alive? And so are the 8 billion other people. It's not a selfish